The day is almost over. I've been outside cleaning up the greenhouse and looking to see what damage winter has done this year. My bonsai area has never looked like a bonsai garden. It's just been a collection of mismatched benches and trees squeezed together in one spot. One of my goals is to make the bonsai area into a nice bonsai garden with the trees on display like you'd see at a bonsai show. Last year I planted trees to start a hedge along the fence line, and each year I'll take small steps towards my goal. Just like my trees, I hope to slowly develop the display area into something nice over time. I'm Nigel Saunders, and you've just entered the Bonsai Zone. Here we are, another day. It's a beautiful day out today. So I was out here yesterday checking on the trees to see what damage winter had done, and so far they're all looking good. I used to bury my pots and the trees in the ground to overwinter them, and it works really well. It keeps the pots at a nice temperature. The snow waters the trees. You don't really have to worry about them until spring. The only problem is pests like rodents, rabbits, mice. They always chew rings on the trunk or sometimes right around the trunk, and they often kill trees. When I replaced the porch in the house with the plant room, I built an unheated basement below the plant room that I could overwinter my trees. The only problem is that the trees would tend to come out into leaf early, so it would still be winter outside, and the trees would be in leaf, and when you move them outside, they would all those leaves and buds would all die. For the last 2 years, I've been leaving all my trees outside on the bench, and so far they're surviving well. It is very risky. This year we went down to minus 22 Celsius for probably 6 days in a row. It was very cold. I'll know soon enough how well the trees did this winter, see if their leaves come out and if they grow well this summer. So I'll keep you posted. It's a bit of a dangerous experiment, but so far I think it's working well. Here's how my wife keeps the squirrels and the birds from digging up her seedlings. These forks are all recycled forks from the garbage bins at fast food restaurants. Let's go inside now and finish up planting a tree in my Vietnam style bonsai pot and planting the ground cover underneath the display stand. I'm back inside, and this is the tree that I've chosen for this pot, and I'll tell you why. The tree doesn't look like much, but it is a fairly old tree. I started that tree in the year 2000, so it's 18 years old now, which is really hard to believe. I've recently repotted the tree, and I had to cut a lot of roots off the bottom, making almost a straight cut across the bottom of the tree. So it should have grown in a lot of nice radial roots. And I think the tree's just waiting for a bigger pot so it can start taking off and develop a canopy. It's a cutting off my very first bonsai tree, my Ficus microcarpa. So I think it'll develop into a really nice tree. It's pretty small for the pot right now, but I think in time it'll develop and it'll sort of grow, and the pot will be just the right size. I've got some pea gravel that I'm going to try underneath the base here. Pea gravel is just a fine gravel. I might have to go in and pick out the larger stones and just keep the little tiny ones. So that should give a nice miniature gravel for our pathways around the base of the pot. I'll start by putting some screens in the display stand and in the bonsai pot. I'm going to cut one big drainage screen for the bottom of this pot. Yeah, that fits in there really nicely now. And I'll cut some squares for the bottom down here. I think before I plant the tree, I'm going to do the ground cover underneath the pot here. So I'll have to pick out the gravel. Removing all the largest stones. I'll start by removing the largest stones. And I'm going to remove all the white ones. I don't want it to look too bright. You want it just to be subtle, this gravel. So I'm going to remove all the white ones. I'll try putting it in the corner here. I could glue this gravel down if I wanted. If I wanted a sort of a permanent gravel underneath the stand. Here's a look at the gravel now. And I'm worried that the stones are too big. On this planting, I imagine, a person's waist would be about the height of the pot here. So I think these stones in real life would be quite large stones. So I'm going to try turfus on the other end of the pot and see if it gives a better look to it. And then I'll decide which I'll go with. Okay, I have some turfus. I'm going to try that in this corner. You can see it's just a little finer. They're both a similar color, but I like the turfus. I think it's a better size, a particle size, for the scale of the planting. So I'm going to go with the turfus. I'm going to take the rocks or the pea gravel out. Okay, I'll finish putting the turfus layer down. And the moss will go on top of the turfus. I do like the look of it so far. It's looking very miniature-like. I'm just leveling the gravel with the spoon. I'm going to wet it down before I apply the moss. So here I go with that. The color of the turfus looks good when it's wet or when it's dry. I've collected some moss from the cracks in the sidewalk out front. You can see the moss isn't very green, but once I water it, and in the warmth here and the sunshine, it'll green up in probably by the end of today. So my intention is to place the moss to look like grass, and it's going to be underneath the pot and areas that don't get walked on and areas that are hard to pull weeds. So in behind here, the feet of the display stand, I'll put moss in there. So let's start this procedure. I'm just going to break off small pieces. I don't want, big strips of moss or anything. So I'll just wet the moss and press it down. So I'm going to keep working away. This will be kind of experimental to see how much moss I actually put in the planting. I want it to look natural and real, so I might just put some around the feet and some underneath. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting. I've got some patches of moss positioned underneath the feet now, so I'm just having a look at it. I think it needs more moss underneath the pot. It looks too gravelly. So I just want the gravel kind of around the front where people would stand, and the rest can be more green. I'm positioning moss underneath the pot, and so far I'm liking it. Just trying to get it to look like, it grew there by itself. There's a look at the moss underneath the base. So I have, the gravel around the edges, and the moss is underneath the pot and towards the back. So I think as the moss, grows and greens up and fills in, I think it'll look quite nice. Next step is to get the little tree out of the pot, spread the roots, and we'll get it planted. There we go. There's some thick roots. That was not there when I repotted it last time. Wow, that one's really grown. You can see the surface root here. Yeah, got some new roots forming, aerial roots there. Okay, well, let's comb it out and see what we can make of this root base. Okay, I'll get the roots combed out. There's a lot of fine roots in here.
But like I said, it was repotted not too long ago. I'm hoping to get a nice radial root spread to go in that new pot. It'll have lots of room to grow. Yeah, this one root is definitely a problem here. I think it's the only thick root out of the whole root base that's going to be way out of proportion. I have no idea what made that grow so quickly. If I look at the bottom of the root base, you can see that thick root curls right around. So I'm going to cut it off. I don't want that thick root there. So I'm going to cut it off a little long for now. Like that. Get rid of all that. You can see how much root was just on that one root there. How many fine roots were off of it. Quite a bit. So everything was feeding that section of the trunk. That's why it's swelled up here like that. So it'd be good to get that root base balanced again. I'm going to flip the tree over and start combing the roots out from the bottom. Trying to work towards that flat root plane on the bottom and the top surface roots tapering nicely from the trunk down into the soil line. So I'm looking at the roots and I'm trying to find a root plane. There's a lot of roots coming out from all kinds of different heights. So, especially this thick one, it's really quite high compared to all the other roots. I'm going to remove it completely. I'm sure after cutting it off, there'll be more roots will grow in from this area. For now, it's gone. There's a fairly thick root I cut off the last time I repotted it. It's got some new roots growing around that area. Just examining the roots here, untangling them. So this area is quite vigorous. We got some long roots in this area, so I'm going to cut those back. So these vigorous roots in this area, I'm going to trim them back. Always trying to keep the balance of the roots even all the way around the tree, so you don't get that one thick root taking off like the other one did. This one goes a strange direction. I'll remove part of it. And this one too. So I can see the root plane, that the trunk's on a slight slant like that, which is alright. I'm going to come in the bottom here, remove some of these roots that are growing straight down, cleaning up the underside of the root ball, trying to get it nice and flat on the bottom. We just want our radial roots feeding the tree, so we get that nice flare at the base of the tree from those radial roots. I've got some long roots over here I gotta reduce back. I think the rest is looking pretty good. I think that's it. I think I'll probably pick this as the front of the tree. It has a nice trunk line. This side has that root I removed. The branches aren't quite as good, so yeah, for now I think this will be the front of the tree. So it'll get planted on this side of the pot, kind of leaning over towards the middle so it looks balanced. I'll add my base layer of soil now, holding my breath so that I don't breathe any dust in. I'll wet that layer down. And then we'll check the tree for position. I'm thinking somewhere about here. I'll put the stone there so I can see if I like the position of the tree in the pot. I don't really like it there. I think I have to move the tree more towards the center. So let me move it a bit and we'll see what that looks like. I think that looks a lot better. I'm liking it. So I think that's where I'll plant the tree. Just slightly off center. I'll get a small mound of soil where I'm going to plant the tree. And then I'll position the tree, making sure all the roots are combed out. They look good. You don't want the tree too high in the pot. This tree's just in its very early stages of development, even though it's an old tree. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm just going to check the height of the tree. Excuse my head. It's a little too high. Gotta smoosh it down a bit. I want those roots safely in the soil. I don't want them sticking out. Let me just do a final check here. Yeah, it's looking good. There's a look down at the start of my nice radial root base. So before I start filling the soil in, I'm just going to do a final combing here. I'm filling the pot in with soil now. Just bringing it up slightly below the lip of the pot. I'll make sure I get all that soil worked into the roots. I'll get my spoon and level the soil. I'm going to put another stone on this side just to hold the tree in the pot until the roots get established. So next I've got to give it a good watering. I'll start with misting. Okay, I'll use the watering can and give it a good watering now. It's starting to run out the drainage holes. There's a centipede crawling up my tree. I can see you. There he is. He's moving. Interesting. I've got 3 trees planted in my Vietnam-style bonsai pots now. So that completes the work for today. And it completes this 5-part series, finally. So I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me here in the Bonsai Zone.